Okay, so welcome back to day 3 of the eval challenge. But yeah, I did trade yesterday, so I'm going to be going over all the trade and trade breakdown. For some reason, like my quant tower, it always does this. This is why I try and do my trade reviews like instantly. Is it like cuts off data? Like obviously there's volume down here because price has been down here, but it's stopping there. So price has just cut off here, and like none of this is like loading data for it, but it does it when it's live. I think it's obviously something to do with this like red lag at the top or something. But anyway, I can still talk you over what happened because I remember because it was yesterday. But let me just show you the trade real quick. So this was the trade that we took, and we got break even, just here. So that's 2 break evens in a row. It's a shame. If I'm honest, once we got to here, I actually just I just closed it. I didn't close the trade, but I just closed my browser because I was like, yeah, it's guaranteed to hit, and then I was gonna go and get ready to film this, and then I came back, and we were here, or no, we were like here, and I was like, I'll just leave it for now. I knew it wasn't gonna hit after we had this accumulation, because the way that I trade, normally momentum takes you to that point of control. So we did get break even again, but at least we didn't lose any money. But going over to here, so what were my targets on the day? So first of all, we took out this naked point of control yesterday, or not yesterday, day before, when I made a video. So my targets on the day was either this point of control here, which I didn't see and hit at all, or the day's point of control, which is what I traded towards. Okay, so I had my target at 193. So what am I looking for after 193? Okay, so as you can see, I've got some boxes here, some lines. This one's from the other day, and this line's still loading, because basically what happened is price came all the way down here, right? It's taking this low extremely far, whereas we didn't really take this low by much, okay, and we saw rejection out of it. Now here we made a high volume node, okay, so what I was looking for is we were obviously overextended to the downside with aggressive sellers, okay. So aggressive selling, but price isn't moving with it. What does that mean? It means a passive buyer is holding up price to expect buys, okay, So after that, what I was looking for was to disrespect bearish order flow, okay, and the way that I'm thinking about doing that is by either coming above previous rejection areas. So you're rejecting off here. If I show you the 500 tick chart in a minute, we were rejecting off those highs, so I was waiting for us to come above it. We also were coming above a high volume node, and I entered on a little pullback to that high volume node. I then went break even, as I always do, at the 50% mark or VWAP, but we were already above. Oh no, we were slightly underneath VWAP, but I didn't want to go break even at VWAP, but we would have got the same result. So I waited for that, and I waited for us to just come above and tap back down, and then I wanted us to go to the point of control on the day. As you can see, so this was the trade that we took. We were very close to the point of control. We were about less than 10 ticks away, but that is completely fine. Again, all that I'm trying to do is document how you should be trading evals. Okay, notice I don't have any emotion towards this. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't. If I get break even, it's not going to ruin my day. I'm still going to go and play golf. If I hit the trade, great. I could make a video, and the only reason I'd be excited about hitting TP in this example is that I can make a video and make some like really clickbaity title. But that's about it. But anyway, that is the trade that we took. So just going over it again. Obviously we got targets and our entry, and our confirmation. Targets are naked point of control. So we've got this one. We've got this one down here. We've obviously got more down. So I'm expecting a little bit of a pullback in the Nasdaq at some point. Then then obviously we want to see overextended aggressive selling, which we saw down here. Obviously mine isn't loading in for some reason, but you're gonna have to take my word for it because I was watching it. So we took this very aggressively, but we barely took this, okay? To be honest, we were just sort of filling a fair value gap down here. Obviously, I don't really bother with fair value gaps, but you know, it's good to know what they are, what they do. So after we did that, we came down, we created a high volume node above it, which shows big bearish, you know, structure, because that means that if a high volume node is created, it means that buyers and sellers are fighting each other, okay? So a high volume node is created, it then gets disrespected, okay? So if we had massive selling control and we've just disrespected that massive selling control whilst also getting passive buying, okay, the alarm bells for buying should be going off in your head. We also saw, obviously it's not loading in down here, but price was taking like, so this candle here, price was taking it, whereas CVD was still, you know, quite far down, if you do understand what I'm saying. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you, but basically passive buyers stepped up. I took the trade, you know, I was actually pretty confident in it, and we were just, you know, less than 10 ticks away from TP, but that's fine, that's completely fine. But anyway, I'll see you in part 4 next time, whenever I next trade. You know, it might be Monday, it might not be Monday, sometimes I don't trade the Mondays, but yeah, I'll see you whenever part 4 is up. Bye.